Hey Gemini, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for February into March 2020. We're going to look at three distinct areas. The Sun, or Divine Masculine, represents your actions and experiences in the month of February. The Moon section of your reading represents your intuition, your emotions, and anything that's hidden or that's beneath the surface for you in the month of February. And then finally, the Stars section of the reading looks ahead, okay? So what's going to be coming towards you at the end of the month of February and into the first week of March. So my darlings, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. That's tiny, you can hear in the background. Okay, my darlings. Gemini, card at the base of your reading is the Six of Pentacles. Shorthand, the card of reciprocity. Now, the reason we call it the card of reciprocity is because number 6 is really about our appreciation. It's about appreciating the things that we have, the experiences that we've had, or in this instance with it being Pentacles energy, where we've put our energy and effort in order to manifest our security, and recognizing that that is something that's actually given and brought value into our life. So that's why we call the Six of Pentacles the card of reciprocity. So this is the card at the base of the reading is really the perspective that you're going to be seeing, or that you should see, this next sort of 4 to 6 weeks through. Now, with it being the Six of Pentacles, it means that there's balance is going to be restored. But more than that, it's about really you understanding that the things that you've been doing, the way you've been putting your energy to try to build a business, for example, or to try to study or learn something, or to try to foster a favourable relationship with somebody, or a favourable situation, it's as if the things that you've done, the energy that you've expended, will now be paid back, if that makes sense. It will be rewarded in some way. So it's interesting. So let's have a look. It could be anything though. So let's have a look at the actions and your actions and experiences in the month of February. So we've got the King of Cups, we've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Six of Cups, and we have got the Six of, wow, okay, and we've got the Six of Wands. Nice. Okay, so you've got 3 sixes. Lovers, lovers, lovers. Remember, 6 is related to the lovers energy as well. 666. People telling you that's the number of the devil, codswallop. Doesn't mean anything. It's not true, my darlings. Isn't it funny though how we attach so much importance and significance to what people have said, all those people that died a long time ago. 3 sixes is about agreements, contracts and alliances, okay? So it's a favourable number. So as I said, you know, this is what you can be expecting, favourable circumstances in the month of February. So your actions, we've got the King of Cups. Now, this is new for you. You know, kings, queens, all the court cards, they're all about different aspects of change that we go through, either the things that we are changing about ourselves, or the process, what it's actually like, what we have to do in order to change. That's really what the court cards in a nutshell represent. And with it being cups energy, this is about our emotions, our intuition. This is you acting on your emotions and your intuition. This is you taking into account your feelings in order to this is taking into account your feelings when you are taking action. So this might be something new. You know, you are an earth sign, Gemini. I mean, lovers is your card, actually. Just realised Gemini, number 6, lovers is your card. So this is really about you acting on your feelings, acting out of feelings and emotion. And because this is a card of change, it suggests that you are changing, or an aspect of yourself is changing. How you see yourself or how you see a situation when it comes to, you know, specifically love or just an emotional situation, how you see yourself and how you would usually respond in that, we're responding differently. You're maturing. A part of you is maturing, and that's what this energy represents. So there's going to be some action this month when it comes to your emotional self, and it might be with regard to a love relationship or a situation. There's definitely also for you, for the Ace of Wands, this is a new beginning as well, with it being number 1, with it being an ace. With the wand energy, that's about it's related to our life force. That's wand energy, our ki or our chi. And it's the directions that we feel drawn in, that we feel passionate about, that we feel instinctively or instinctually guided to go in. Things that we are drawn to, things that that excite us. And yes, wand energy related to relationships, related to money, all those things that are such a key for our karmic experiences. That's what wand energy is related to. And the Ace of Wands therefore suggests this a new direction, or a new new feelings. And not only having new feelings or being drawn toward a particular person or toward a particular situation, not only having those feelings to go toward it, but actually going toward it. Now we have here the Six of Cups. Now all the sixes are related, in some part to the past, because when we have to in order to achieve balance, we have to look back. We have to understand the impact that a past has had on us, that a past experience has had on us, that a past situation has had on us, because it's that past situation that has made you who you are today. Everything that happens in our lives contributes to who we are, obviously. Everything that happens every single day contributes to who we are and our perspective and what we think and how we feel about ourselves or about something else. So sixes are all about appreciating that. So they always harken back to the past anyway, the number 6. But in this instance, because we've got 3 6s, contracts, agreements, we've got it's a joyful number, is number 6 anyway. For some people it could be indicative of a past situation, and it might be that there was some, you're either looking back fondly on a particular person or on a particular situation, but I also get the sense that there has been something that has been stopping you from that's what it is. It's actually, this is the thing, it's actually something that stops you from connecting with an aspect of yourself previously, but now that's changing. So it's as if now you're able to grapple or to face or to understand how a potentially passionate or emotional past situation has actually affected you, and that how it's, what calluses did that create, that situation. But we can look back with fondness also. There's a huge amount of love, there's a huge amount of compassion here. So for those people that are in relationships or that have separated from relationships or that are single and wanting to be back in relationships, what these are telling me, what this story is saying is that you've really put energy and effort into trying to achieve balance, into trying to appreciate and to understand how previous experiences have affected you, have affected your relationship, affected your attitude in a relationship, for example. And that now you're being rewarded in a sense, because the work, that's the work we talk about, the work is the acknowledgement, the understanding how our past has have impacted on us, and severing ties with the sort of negative because there's no such thing, but the negative energies, and really embracing and keeping hold of, like the Fool does, keeping hold of the things that we need. So there's a sense of a real amount of learning that's gone on within your emotional self, within your identities and ideas and perspective. There's a huge amount of change that is, or growth or maturing that you've been through, Gemini. And we see that reflected here. This is now bringing about balance and victory, reason to celebrate, reason for, and in a way that people can see. So this is showing with the Six of Wands here that people can see the difference. So if this is a reconciliation of sorts for people, if this is a reconciliation, getting back together with somebody, or maybe starting a brand new relationship, what you'll be able to see and know and notice, and what the other person or the people in your life will be able to see and notice, is that you're different this time, is that it's different this time in this relationship, or it's different this time in this job, or it's different, I'm different now, how I act and how I behave and how I speak and how I communicate. I'm different now, and that's because of things of work that you've already done. So you're in a way reaping your rewards. We know how challenging 2019 was, and in a way, Gemini, what's happening with these cards here is that you're reaping your rewards in February. The challenge of 2019, the challenge of the previous job or the previous relationship, actually did give you something that you can walk away from, you can walk away with, that can actually help to propel you forward and give you that strength and stability as you move forward into your new relationship, your new job, your new situation in the month of February and March, which is beautiful. Okay, so let's have a look at the moon, the divine feminine, the feelings, emotions into, wow. I mean, I say wow because I've been sitting with this energy. I've been spending time, as I always say, with this energy actually, particularly, and over this in January. So we're all getting toward the end of January. We're all getting to this energy. So you'll be feeling this energy, for sure. I want to link it to Jupiter actually. Anyway, I'll check out the astrology video, which I'll post at some point. So we've got the World card. We've got, this is definitely the energies of the time, what's going on right now. We've got the World cards. We've got the Nine of Wands. We've got the Page of Swords, and we've got the Lovers. So you turn up. So we've got 4 sixes now. 4 sixes is about celebration or something, joy. I'll check. 4 sixes is, I can't remember what it said now. I just looked at it just then, didn't I? 4 sixes is 4 sixes. Oh, sorry. 4 sixes is pleasure, and 3 sixes, well, I said you had 666 before, is gain. So it is about gaining. You have gain and pleasure as well. So beautiful. So that's what I'm saying to you. Like, it's a beautiful time for you. It's looking like, and I know how challenging it was, the previous, what's been happening, what has been happening in 2019 was challenging for you, for your identity, for knowing, for all of us anyway, but for knowing what direction I want to go in, or for knowing why I am where I am now, and how do I actually feel where I am now. It was challenging to sort of wake up. A lot of people woke up. We all woke up last year. And now, though, what's happening is that we're being rewarded for that, for staying the course in that learning, okay, in that growth, in that healing, in that development. So what's going on beneath the surface for you, and you might be able to feel this, is that you feel differently with this energy, the World card. The World card is card number 21, which is the number 3. And all the number 3s, if you think about the number 3s that we have in the deck, we have the Hanged Man is number 3, the Empress is number 3, and then we have obviously this card here, the World card. They're all about appreciation, yes, appreciation for what we've been through, yes, but an appreciation of me, of who I am, and of being able to show that, and of who I am now, an appreciation of who I am today. That's what the threes really represent, an appreciation of who I am today. And sometimes, like with the Hanged Man, we have to sit and we have to wait, and we feel frustrated because we can't move, but it's because we still don't know. We've not got the answers yet. Last year, 2019, was actually number 3. But with the World card, it's a different thing. The World card is about, again, as I said, about the appreciation of what we've been through, the recognition that we are now different. We are now transformed. And you are transformed. And that's how you feel. And sometimes we struggle to articulate, excuse me, I'm just getting rid of my nail, it's caught. Sometimes we feel we struggle to articulate to ourselves, you know, in our conscious minds to ourselves. We struggle to understand what it means. Like, I feel different. I want new. I am different. I am changed. And you are different. You are new. If you feel strange, or I'm not sure why I want to do this, or but I feel like I want to, and you're sort of questioning that, this is the energy of the World card, in a sense of you have transformed. You are in a new space now, in a new environment, and you're ready to welcome, even if you can't say that to yourself in your mind. You are on a level, you understand that you're ready to welcome in new experiences now, and you're ready for that. There is trepidation though. We have this card here. You also feel, and that's new, it's exciting. This is like starting the new job, or moving house, or moving to a new city or a new country. It's exciting. But there's always trepidation, isn't there, when we are in a new situation. But what this shows, the trepidation of the 9 of Wands, is that you're still going to face it. You're ready to face that new challenge head on. And you're literally looking at it. You're taking a blindfold off. You're no longer stuck in a way of thinking. You're no longer paralyzed or crippled by fear, by what might be. You're ready to, and you feel that you're ready to go. You're ready for this new situation, this new, whether it be a relationship, a reconciliation, a new job, whatever it is for you as an individual. You're ready for it. And even though you might feel afraid, those feelings of fear they've been created long ago. They were there before. And this new fear is just sort of, it's the learned behaviour, if you will. We call this the PTSD card, a post-traumatic stress, because it's like you've had a situation that was really difficult in the past, and any sort of, even the sniff of a repeat of a similar situation, and we're already on edge. But with these energies combined as they are, what we see here, because look, we've got 9, and that's a 10, isn't it? What we see here is we're ready for this new start. We're ready for this new beginning. So just think 1 plus 9 is 10. And that's even a 10. I mean, it's backwards, but it's a 10, you see? So we've got this new opportunity here. And that's where you're going, and you feel it. Even though, yeah, there might be trepidation, of course, because anything new can be scary. But you are ready to go for it. And you feel ready to go for it. You're definitely within your element. Now, the Page of Swords is a sword energy. We've not spoken about swords yet. It's about your awareness, your thoughts, your awareness, your perspective, and it's about those things changing. And the way that we change our awareness, the way that we change our perspective, the way that we change our understanding about something is what the page does is we do research, we find out, we talk about things, we go online, we speak to people. This is the type of thing that we do. So by actively doing this, and by wanting to do this, by wanting to understand, which is what you do, you're asking those questions. And again, it's those questions or conversations or the research that you're doing or the studies that you're doing that's helping to change your perspective, that's helping to change your feelings about something or ideas about something. So here you're wanting to change your perspective, you're wanting to go toward the new opportunity. That's how you feel. And there is, and you might also feel that there are opportunities coming toward you. You don't know why, but you feel that. And what this is about you asking the questions. It's about you doing the work into trying to understand and establish what this new thing is, or why you feel the way you do about it. Because ultimately, you're the driver of your destiny. And these are just to help you to they're like little flags, little signals, so that when you approach this energy in the month of February, that you know, okay, let me try to understand, you know, the fear is just because it's new. How am I responding to that fear? How am I interacting with it? How is it affecting my eating or my sleeping or whatever? That's what he does. That's the questions that you ask as the Page of Swords. And I will just say as a side note, check out what I was just doing there is what I call conscious meditation. Those questions that I ask, I call it conscious meditation. And I've recorded a couple of conscious meditations in they're in the Key Wisdom playlist. So definitely check those out, because that might be some of the work that you'll be doing for yourself in the month of February. Okay, and finally we've got the Lovers card here, so for the moon section. So you've got the Lovers here. So what's going on beneath the surface is this balance. Within your heart space, within your heart chakra, you don't, but let's just say in a sort of in a spiritual way, that that's the seat of your divine masculine and divine feminine. And they sit within your heart space, within your heart chakra, the colour of clear crystal and bright blue, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. I can't remember. I think it's like bright blue. Anyway, and they embrace each other. And what that is it's a union. What the Lovers actually represents. The Lovers actually represents a union of you, so you're both all parts of you. So yes, your mind and your ego and your and what you've been taught and other people, your experiences out in the world, yes, that part of you, but also the part of you that feels, and the part of you that dreams, and the part of you that imagines, and the part of you that desires, and the part of you that wants. They embrace within, in your heart space. That's where that seat is, if you will, where your divine feminine and divine masculine come together with obviously the angel here, or the divine, the divine union of self. And this is where you're headed, Gemini. You're headed toward in the month of, and this is how you're feeling, I should say, in the month of February, is that you're headed toward this feeling of balance and of unity, and of recognizing, this is you recognizing as with your divine feminine, that I feel there's news coming and I feel afraid about it, or I feel scared. And the only reason you feel scared is because something's already happened in the past. You know, your previous job, you know, you moved cities to get this job in the past, and the job didn't work out, so you ended up skint and having to move back home or whatever. And now you've been offered another new job in another new city, and you're scared because before it didn't work out and now you think it doesn't work out. That's kind of what that is. But this is what you're going to do in the month of February, is you're going to go, okay, well, I'm not going to worry, because I know that the worry just comes from the last job or the last relationship. It's not from this job. So, and that's you trying to understand that, because you recognize now your value and your worth. You recognize now in the month of February what you're capable of, what you're worthy of. You recognize your worthiness, you recognize it. And so now you're listening to all sides of self. And this is a beautiful this is what we're all really, all of us on levels really in 2020 we should all be doing. We should have all evolved. We should all be using different parts of our brains and different parts of our psyche to make decisions. Depending on who we are as individuals, different is going to be different for everybody, obviously, isn't it? So if this is love, you know, yes, this could definitely be. If this is about love for you, so you know you're. It doesn't matter if you're a male or female, and you're seen, you know, heterosexual or homosexual, it doesn't matter. We can link this to two different people, so this would be them and this would be you, you know. But either way, there's definitely a sort of a coming together of there's definitely a coming together, a meeting of minds and understanding. Even if there's fear, there's also victory, there's also passion, there's also love and acceptance. And not only that, and not even establishing a new way of interacting has already been established because of work that you've done separately or together, but a new way has been established. So if it's an ex-partner potentially coming back, then just because it didn't work out before, it doesn't mean it's not going to work out this time. So that's what it shows. It shows happiness and bliss and a coming together, union, balance. Beautiful. So let's have a look at the month, so the end of Feb and into March. So let's have a look what we see here. So we see the Three of Swords. We see the 10. Oh, I said 10, didn't I? We've got the 10, 9, 10. Anyway, 10 of Wands. We've got the Empress. I've already told you about that, Anna. And we've got the High Priestess. So this is, right, bless you. Okay, so for some of you, there is a reconciliation coming, or there's the conversation around a reconciliation. But more than that, it's about the hurt that has been caused. Okay, it's about the things that have already happened, and it's about going over those things. That's what these cards represent here. It's about going over the things. This is why I was hurt. This is why I was let down. This is why I felt the way I did. This is why I was angry. This is why I left you. Whatever. Those type of conversations could be happening for those people that are interested in love. When it comes to love, for others of you, it could be a brand new person that comes into your life, and it makes you ask yourself those questions. Okay, so now we've talked about love. Let's talk about you now as an individual. So first of all, we've got with the Three of Swords. So again, the Three of Swords, similar to this in a sense. Anyway, I digress. I like to give a lot of detail, but there's no point because I'd be here all day. I'm very academic when it comes to the energies of the tarot. But anyway, the Three of Swords, similar in a sense because to the 9, because it is about past. It's about a previous experience that has made you feel disempowered. That's what the Three of Swords represents. That has made you look at yourself a certain way, made you look at yourself as in you're not worthy of that love, or you must have deserved it, or you must, or what, it's really limiting thinking, because remember, Swords is about our thoughts, minds, clarity, consciousness, communication. It's really about our awareness, and with the Three of Swords, it's as if there's a lack of awareness of how a previous situation affected your thinking about yourself, how a previous situation or circumstance has limited your thinking up until now about yourself, about your worthiness, about your ability or capacity or desire or worthiness for love. That's what this card represents. And it's about, but what this also shows when we see it in a reading is it shows an awareness of that. It shows no more, the blindfold is off. So no more are we unaware that we carry around this impediment with us. For example, brief example, your mum and dad, when you were growing up, they got divorced, your dad left or whatever, they got divorced, and so you have an issue with commitment. For example, that would be that's one thing that this card can represent, for example. But it's about you realizing that now in February, March, end of Feb, beginning of March, it's about you realizing, oh my gosh, because my dad left, I know this is not rocket science, but because my dad left, that means I've got commitment issues. And it's about you actually when we see this, it's about you not only being able to see that and acknowledge that, but it's also about you being able to understand how that previous experience affects the way you see yourself and affects the things that you tell yourself, affects the way, limits your beliefs, basically. So that's what this card represents. So we remember, I spoke right at the beginning about the number 3 and about the appreciation and about, because of the world kind of thing. We talked about, we've got 3 3s now. 3 3 3. Anyway, you can check out my Instagram for that 333 because I've got the numerology on there, the repeating numbers. So you can go to Instagram or Facebook and check out the article and the post about the repeating numbers because it's on there. Because otherwise I'll be here all day. Anyway, so this is the understanding of that, and that is what is really positive when we move on. The way I always say, if you don't know, you can't grow. It's our awareness that helps us to learn more, to grow more, and to heal. To acknowledge, wow, this is how I feel, and just to accept, wow, this is how I feel affects my actions. Just to do that is that's what then opens up the next step for us, and it's what broadens our minds, and it's what helps us to grow and to heal. Okay, so this is what's happening for you, so it's really, really positive. Oh, I feel good. I feel good now. I feel really good. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Wands here. So as I briefly said before, when we have a number 10, it's 1, which is a new beginning, and a 0, which is an opportunity for a new start. You know, the door is open. The new situation or circumstance has already been established because of work that I've already done, that you've already done, because of work that he's already done or she's already done. So that has already been established. And now we no longer have to, this card, distract busy ourselves with work, take on loads of responsibilities, pretend that we're not. We no longer have to do this. We can put this down and we can see our way forward now. We can navigate our way forward now. That's what this card represents. I can go in the direction that I'm drawn into now without feeling burdened, without feeling restricted. That's what we're seeing. So you're now moving forward in the month of February, in the month of March, actually, because we're in March now. You're moving forward. You are discarding or cutting ties with this old way of thinking. And not only the old way, it's as if you recognize that because of, as I said, example, because your mum and dad got divorced, and you were scared of commitment, that you realise, with the 10, this is what the 10 of Wands represents, that you realise that you've just been putting a load of stuff in the way. You've been putting a load of stuff in the way so that you don't have to sit and think about it, about how it's affected you. You don't have to sit and think about how it hurt you, how it limited you. Now you do that in March. You acknowledge and you accept how the past has impacted on you. And not only do you acknowledge and accept that, and you put these things down and you move forward, you also appreciate, like I said, number 3s are about appreciation. Appreciate that it's these things that also made you who you are. And that it's not negative that you felt this way. It's just how you felt. It's a natural reaction. It was how your inner child and how your ego responded naturally to this very distressing past situation. You appreciate, do you know what? I protected myself. It was good that I busied myself like this, because I wouldn't have been able to think about that this year because I've been so busy or I've been so unhealthy, whatever. This is appreciating the roles that you've been through. And it could be related to childhood. We've got hints of children here. It could be related to your children, your relationships with your children, for example. You will know these 3 cards here do indicate, nod toward a theme of childhood and of children and of motherhood, children, childhood. That's what these kind of 3 cards sort of represent. So it could be something linked. It could actually be linked to the relationship that you had with your parents, and now as you're a parent or you're becoming a parent, you're pregnant or your wife's pregnant or whatever, that's starting to get you to think about your relationship with your parents or whatever. Tiny's in the building. So you will know the individual ins and outs of your life. Obviously I won't go into it but I do have the nod here. But there's a new situation or circumstance for you guys that you're going into, that you're going towards, and you're ready for it. I think some of you don't think that you're ready for it or that you're deserving for it, or you might start the month of December. You might start the month of February not certain that you're ready for it or that you're able to do it, but you're able to be. So if it's time for you to become a parent for the first time, you're able to do it. If it's time for you to get married, you're able to. If it's time to start your business, you're able to. If it's time to move cities, you're able to. If it's time to move countries, you're able to. You've got everything you need. This is that understanding, realization and intuition that you've got everything that you need now. As the Fool with his little thing over his shoulder, which comes after the World card. I don't know what it's called, that sack. Call it a sack. As a Fool with his sack over his shoulder, he's got a sack over his shoulder. You recognise, intuitively understand that yes, you are ready. And actually, this is just clearing out. You're just clearing this out. All you're doing is you're severing ties with the old ways of thinking, the old ways of feeling. You're just severing those ties in the month of February and into March. You're just severing those ties. You are ready and you are able, you are capable, and you know, intuitively you know that. The High Priestess, my card, all time I read these cards, isn't it? This is me, this is us, you know, we're the High Priestess. But actually what this represents, the High Priestess, is your intuition, your intuitive self. And your intuitive self, the Tibetan Book of the Dead actually refers to the human, us, we are humans obviously, the sentient being, that's us obviously, refers to us as psychophysical. Our experience is psychophysical. And so we've got physical, the physical body, obviously, your body, and the things that you see in front of you and hear, the things that are around us. And then we've got our psycho self. And by psycho, that means you can call it psychological or you can call it psychic. But what it means is everything else that is you, that is non-physical. So your ideas, your beliefs, your memories, your thoughts, your desires, your wants, your morals, all those things are you. And they're just as important as you. They're just as important as your hands and your arms and your legs and your food and blah, blah, blah. This is you listening to all that part of you. The memories, the thoughts, the ideas. You don't have to... You might do some investigation, but ultimately what this is showing is that there's a trust that you're able to do this. And I think for some of you, there might be some new parents out there, you know, and you've waited many years to become a mother or to become a father, or you've waited many years to commit to this person or to get married or to whatever it is for you, or to start this new job. You've waited many, many years. The reason you waited all those years is because of these limiting beliefs that you're now finally transforming from and shedding. And you can trust, even if in your mind you're telling yourself, oh my God, like I can't believe it's affected me that way, or this was really hard for me, or it was really damaging. Do that. Consciously meditate. As I said, have I said that to you? Check out my conscious meditations in the Key Wisdom playlist. It will help you to do this. It'll help you to uncover these things, ask those questions and uncover how these things have impacted on you. But regardless of all these things, not regardless of what this is happening, but also this is happening, the strength, the balance, the joy, the success. That is everything that's happening for you this month. So you've got to trust that you are able and capable and worthy enough to do this job, or to have this child, or to have this relationship, or to be in this new situation, which has already been established because of work you've already done. That means you're ready for it. These two cards alone, the World card and Six of Pentacles, tells me whatever it is you've been wanting to get to, whatever situation whatever's new for you now, you've already been working on it. Whether you knew it or not, directly or indirectly, you've already established, because of what you've done, you've established a brand new world for yourself, a brand new situation that is right for you, that is good for you, that is where you should be. Trust that. That's what the High Priestess tells us. Okay, my darlings, I hope you like that reading, Gemini. As I said, don't forget to check out the Key Wisdom playlist, okay? That's got everything: mindfulness, meditation, Reiki, and tarot. All that stuff's in there, so you can check that out if you want to. Don't forget you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. I'll be adding this year, what I did last year was I looked at the major arcanas for the birthdays for each star sign. This year what I'm going to be looking at is it's a bit more complicated and a bit more involved, because we're looking really far back. It's not to necessarily the origins basically of the tarot, and to why I speak about the tarot in the way that I do, the energies the way that I do. So I'll be talking a little bit more on that. So it'll take me a couple of weeks to get that up and running, but definitely check out, I'll do some videos as well to correspond, but definitely check out my Instagram, Key Wisdom, or Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot, so that you can actually, learn a little bit more if you're interested in that. All right, my darlings, I will be back with you end of February with your brand new readings. Have a wonderful month, my loves, and I'll see you all again very soon with your brand new reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye.